You motivated? You motivated? You winning. You know they hate it. Hold up. Fierce. She's fierce. She's that girl from a west side girl to a south side girl to a north side girl to a east side girl. She's fierce. She's fierce. You are now listening to the Fierce Female Network.
Wind up, wind up, wind up, wind up, wind up. If you are tuning in, if you're just tuned in and you are listening to the Fierce Female Network, today is Thursday. It is March 25th, 2021, 6 p.m. on the Central Standard Time Zone, 7 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time Zone. Guess what, you guys? I want you to wind up. Wind up and get ready. You need to be charged up. You need to be wound up on today because I have a phenomenal guest on today. She's going to talk to us, and she is going to teach us on today. She's going to teach Fierce Manson. She's going to teach you who is listening in. And listen, everyone that's listening, I want you guys from Australia, all you guys from Bangladesh, all you guys internationally and in the U.S. to turn it up loud because you do not want to hear a word, you don't want to miss a word that's coming out of Julia Stubbe's mouth. My God, guess what? Get your cups out. Get out a cup. Get out a plate. And while you're at it, get out a platter because this woman here on today, she has over 25 years of experience in healing, and I want you to wind it up. You do not need to be wound down right now. You need to be wound up, energized, and ready. Get your Q-tip. I want you right now to get your spiritual Q-tip. Stick it in your ear. Stick it in your spiritual ear, please. Please do. Clean it out. You've got some cobwebs in there. You got a little dust in there. Clean it out because she's going to open her mouth really, really wide. She's going to teach us and explain to us what she does, and we're going to get some healing up in here on today. Hello, Julia. How are you?
Well, hello, Fierce. What an introduction that is. I'll tell you, you really get us pumping iron and all kinds of other things going on there. You made me smile. Thank you for that.
You are so welcome. I am so excited about you. You know what, Julia? The hair on the back of my head is just like dancing. It's not standing up. It's dancing. It's back here just dancing because you are so lit up. Your energy is just like, shooting like fire, lightning in here, and the back of my hair is dancing all around in the back of my head. Okay. All right, Julia.
Okay. All right. Let's just breathe. Let's just do a nice breath.
Okay, I'm gonna breathe.
I just want to first of all thank you for having me on your show. It's just really, I'm really honored and I'm really grateful to be here. So thank you, Fierce, for that.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. I just want to start at step one with everyone that's listening because they may not understand or know what energy is or what you do. And so I just want you to kind of just break it down a little bit in little steps and kind of explain to us what you do and how you became interested in healing. So talk to us a little bit and help us to understand what it is you do and what brought you to this point, actually. What brought you to this very point?
Okay. I'd be happy to do that. Well, energy healing is, first of all, I don't heal anybody. It's like my philosophy is to empower others to empower themselves to heal because we as our body, we have the power to heal ourselves. And everything we need is really within us. So we want to look inside of ourselves to see what needs to heal within us. My gift is that I channel this information or energy so I can exchange it with my clients or whoever would like that, energy exchange and see if I can explain it. And I've worked through my own stuff. So I used to have a lot of anger issues and I come from, a very abusive childhood. So I had to really work to heal myself and to really find who I was and to become whole. And I tried talk therapy, and my body still was not healthy. So what happens is with this energy, with things that you hold, like your childhood traumas and such, your body remembers everything. Your mind might block things out because they're too painful to remember, but your body holds that energy within you, and that causes dis-ease, that uncomfortableness. So what we do is we look at those blocks, we look at the inner child, and we deal with that so that we can release those blocks so that you can become more whole. And I've really worked on myself, and I currently still work on myself because things still show up, that if there's a trigger, if something bothers me, I know it's something inside me that needs to heal. So I always look inside myself. So I keep my channel really clear between source. So with my gifts of intuitiveness, when I get that information, it's really clear, and it's not convoluted with my own baggage, because I've been working on myself for over 30 years to really become more whole. And through that, it's like I've been able to assist others. I don't know if that explained it right or not, but that's where we can start. How's that sound?
That is awesome. That's wonderful. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Julia Stubbe, and she's explained to us about energy and healing, and she's explaining how she assists individuals to heal themselves. And so I do want you to continue on, Julia, and I want to ask a question about blockage. When you talk about blockage, can you kind of tell us a little bit what a blockage may be, and how do we remove the block? How do we begin to remove the blockage?
Well, let's just say, I'll use my own example. So when there was a lot of violence in my childhood growing up, so I would hold that energy inside of me, that the violence, the fear. So we could just start with the fear of being hurt. So we go back. There's different ways to get there as far as how to identify it. I usually like to work with the inner child, because that's how my journey started with energy healing, as somebody working with my inner child. And we might go back to the age where that violence started, and talk to your inner child. Talk to that younger 5-year-old or 4-year-old, and let them know that they're safe now, and that that you've made it through all these ages and you're safe, so that they know that they can be safe. And have a conversation with them. Tell them that they're loved. Tell them that they're wanted. And by you working with your inner child, that flows up into the adult you are now. In my case, where I had my first experience with energy work, is I was going to a massage therapist because my current massage therapist wasn't available, and she sent me to this other massage therapist who did this energy work. And she touched my heart chakra, which is the energy center, which is where your heart is. And she touched it, and the pain literally shot through my back and down through my tailbone. And I knew then that I was in the right place, because I had tried talk therapy. My physical body wasn't healthy. I still had anger issues. I was holding all that, those blocks, those things that were keeping me from being healthy inside my body. So when we started working with my inner child, there's things that came up that my brain, my mind didn't remember, but my body did. So I could release those memories out of the DNA of my body, which allowed me to start that emotional healing and physical healing.
Wow, that is amazing. I want to also ask you, when you said, I heard you say something interesting about healing the inner child, and then it flows up into, your adult self. And so that's very powerful, and I can only imagine how much healing come through that process of talking to your inner child, and whatever trauma that took place as a person was a child. And so I know that's very powerful. I know it unfolds a lot going through that journey. And let me ask you, how long does it, with the process, because some individuals that's just tuning in and listening, they may be wondering, well, how long is the process, or how long is the session?
Oh, the process is a lifetime process. It's like I'm still working on things that show up. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It's like an onion. it's like you have these layers. So it's like it took all these years for you to get all this stuff that happened to you. So it's not an event. Healing is a process. So you work with layers, and it's what you can. I always ask with grace and ease, because we want it to be comfortable, because we don't want to blow your foundation out, because it's like that might be a key part of who you are. And it's like you've got to maybe gradually shift it so you can see a different reality. But it's like even now, some things still trigger me, because it's like my mom was an alcoholic, and she's passed now for 10 years. And I had an incident like a year and a half ago where I got triggered because there was this woman who reminded me of my mother. And I'm like, ooh. So I gave gratitude, because I'm like, wow, I didn't realize that still needed to be healed. So I went back, and it's like, okay, so where's that coming from? And it's like, oh, well, when I was a teenager, that was my mother who was under the influence of alcohol to the point she didn't even know where she was. And I'm like, wow. It's like, so I talked with my inner child. I also said, okay, I'm going to own that, and I'm going to forgive. I've already forgiven my mom, but I'm going to forgive that instance, and I'm going to say, really empower myself to let that go. And as I get older and the more experience I get with the healing, it's easier to let go, because first of all, I can acknowledge it. I'm aware of it. A lot of times when we're first starting our journey, we're not aware of it. We're not necessarily sure, because we only see or know what we know. We don't even know there's something different there. So for us to be able to even recognize that it's something within us that needs healed, we struggle with that in the beginning. Does that make sense?
It does. It really does. And I want to talk about different things little by little. I want this episode to help as many people as possible. Even you guys, when you listen and you tell other people to listen, when you listen on demand, because, of course, the broadcast is always on demand on every channel, every network. We are a syndicated broadcast, and so you can always listen on iHeartRadio, Spotify, whatever your favorite platform is. Tell your friends, please, to download and listen. You can listen on public radio to listen to Julia Stubbe and explain these different steps and what she does so that you can receive healing. And the reason why I think this broadcast is so very important, because there's so much that's going on in the universe right now, and we all can use and receive healing. And so, Julia, I don't believe anything happens just by mistake. So I believe that God brought us together. I believe that Spirit brought us together, brought her here for this particular reason, so that you that's listening may need healing, and that maybe you can reach out to her and begin your process and your journey to healing. And Julia, I want you to explain us about vibrations. We always hear, at least I do, always hear about vibration and elevating our vibration. And so can you explain us just a little bit how to raise our vibration, first of all, and how it assists us in our journey in healing?
Well, raising your vibration or frequency really, to me, and this is the way I look at it, is because everybody has a different opinion. But for me, it's about going inside your heart, and really looking at yourself first. So it's about being kind and compassionate to yourself, and it's about being kind and compassionate to others, because you're raising the vibration that way, as far as raising the vibration around the people around you, just by being kind. But to really raise your vibration and frequency, you have to look at your shadow stuff, and that's the stuff that might be a little bit dark, that you don't want to really face. But in order for you to become lighter, you need to integrate that. There's ancestral healings as well. So it's like with me, it's like that alcoholism is an ancestral thing. So I work and clear through the ancestral line. There's meditations, and there's different processes that you can run that can raise your frequency. I have a YouTube channel which has all these different healing processes, and on one of my favorite videos that really raises your vibration and your frequency is bringing your bodies all into balance. And what we do is I take you through this process of really connecting with Mother Earth, the heart of Mother Earth, and connecting with Source, and running what I call the apple flow energy, or your toroidal field. And what it does is it flows this energy through and around you, and it raises your vibration and your frequency. And I recommend that you do that, a couple times a day, And once you watch the video a couple times, it gets imprinted. So it's like your body knows, like, oh, we're going to run that apple flow energy. Let's just do that now. You don't even have to watch the video again because your body knows how to do it because you've told your body. And it's like it has that memory. It has that imprint on how to do that. So you do that and you raise that, and that will raise your frequency and vibration too. But the main thing is to be able to go within yourself. And I just want to, I'm getting guided here to talk about empaths. And what empaths are people who are very sensitive to other people's energy and vibration. And a lot of times you pick up other people's feelings and like their anger or their frustration, and it's like it's not even yours. You don't even know where it comes from. You don't even know if it's not even yours. So one of the things that is really important as an empath, because I'm a high-level empath, is to clear your energy field on a regular basis because you want to really let go of stuff that's not yours. So I'm just going to do a quick little visualization here for you. So it's like I just want everybody to take a nice breath or two. And I just want you to imagine a beautiful blue diamond waterfall flowing down over top of you. And you're under this beautiful waterfall, and all these little diamonds are cutting away everything that doesn't belong to you. And the beautiful blue water is just washing everything that isn't you away, allowing you to be you, cutting all outside entities, removing all outside influences, all outside programming, allowing you to just be you. And then I just want you to envision yourself with this beautiful blue water that's flowing over top of you, connecting you down into the earth to really ground you and center you. And some people that are really hoop sensitive may want to just envision a beautiful egg around them. And it can just be a rainbow egg with all the colors of the rainbow, with the violet really closest to you, running out the indigo blue, the sky blue, the emerald green, and there's some rosy quartz pink in there too, and then some beautiful sunshine golden yellow, vibrant orange, and ruby red. And that's just surrounding you. And you just do that. And that allows you to be shielded from outside influences, but it also clears your energy field. And anytime I go in and out, like a door, like if I'm going into a store, I always make sure that I'm grounded, and I clear, and I make sure I have my little bubble around me, whether it's a rainbow egg or whatever color you want it to be. And then when I come out, I also run that beautiful blue waterfall over me. So it's just a way of really keeping your energies clear of outside energies that you might pick up if you're very sensitive to other people's energies.
I like that. I needed that.
Well, I like it too. It's like one of my favorite things. This is like standing under my waterfall.
That was so tiny. You know what, Julia? That was very timely because I pick up people's energy, or I pick up what they're feeling. And I'm telling you, that is really interesting how you did that example and gave us that, because I've always, here lately, I've been saying, well, my God, how do I get rid of some of these things? Because when you talk to a lot of people every day, you pick up some of their feelings, you pick up what they're feeling, their anger, and you know, when they're releasing what they're feeling, and I'm listening to it, it goes into your energy and it goes into your spirit, whether you know it or not. I'm like, well, my God, how do I get rid of this stuff? Because it can, you know, affect you and you really don't know it. And so that was so timely. I really needed that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's like, for me, it's like, and then there's also sometimes it's like if you have relationships, so you have more intimate relationships, and it's like you have that connection. So there's what we call cutting cords. So what we do is we cut cords of attachment. That doesn't mean you don't love the person. So it's just a relationship where somebody's draining your energy. So you cut these cords of attachment. And you really want to be whole. So you want to also call the pieces of you or the fractals of you back that you've given away to this person, and send all the fractals of them back to them, because you want them to be whole as well. And that really also helps, because a lot of times you'll have a drain because somebody's like feeding off your energy. So cutting these cords of attachment is something that can be done as well. But definitely clearing your energy field. It's like I said, anytime I open and close a door, It's like I do that. I either run my Apple Flow energy, or I run the waterfall, but I always make sure I'm grounded and shielded as well, because it's really, for my health purposes, it's really important. It keeps me healthy. It keeps me emotionally stable, because before I knew how to do that, it's like I was picking up everything from all kinds of people, and even the news. It's like the news has that imprint and puts that on too, so it's even important that you clear, like after watching the news or a phone conversation you had, like, because you're on the air with other people, fierce all the time, so you're picking that up. So it's just really important to take care of yourself, and that self-love and that self-compassion for yourself should be a priority with yourself.
Yes. And that's a really great point when you talk about the news, because sometimes I can't look at the news or watch the news because it's just like, it just goes into you. All of that they're feeding out, is coming into us. And, we hear so much on the news, and sometimes we have to, like, turn it off, not listen for a day or two, and just kind of, meditate a little bit. And, I'm going to take a little bit of break. I hope it's okay if I shift a little bit. I'm going to take a break, and I want to come back. Maybe we can do a little meditation, or maybe you can do an energy reading. I'm not sure which way you want to go. So during the break,
I can run the Apple Flow process when we get back. I'll do that for us.
That'd be awesome. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of music. We're going to come back and have a nice time right now with Julia. I'm really enjoying this. So you guys listen to the music, and we're going to come right back. back. If you're just now tuning in, this is Adrienne Manson, and I am talking with Julia Stubbe. And I want you to know that she offers personal transformation healing sessions, and she also offers group transformation program. And this is going to start at the end of April. So you can do your planning, and get in on some of these sessions so that you can receive healing. She offers personal transformation healing sessions. And so get your schedules together, make time for yourself and Julia so that you can reach out to her and so you can receive healing. I'm telling you, this is a mighty woman. She's a mighty woman. I'm telling you, and I'm enjoying speaking with her right now, and I'm going to give out some information that how you can connect with her. We have just about 4 minutes left in this episode, and she's going to guide us a little bit right now. Julia, I want you to go ahead and jump on in and guide us and do the I think you called it the apple core. I'm not sure.
Apple flow. I call it the apple. I call it my apple flow because it's easy to remember. Because it's harder to remember the toroidal field. Okay. All right. So we have 4 minutes. Let's see what we can squeeze in here, everybody. So everybody, let's bring our attention to our heart space. And for those of you who are in a safe place, feel free to close your eyes and get really comfortable. For those of you who are driving, we want you to be safe. So we'd rather you listen to this when you can be safe. So if you're driving, we don't want to take you to the other realms with us. So you want to just fill our heart with love and gratitude, feeling our heart expand. And let's just send that love and gratitude down through all our chakras, out our root chakra, down into the earth, down, 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 down to the center of the earth and connect with the heart of Mother Earth. And just see, know, or feel. You may feel her heartbeat in that stillness. And when you're ready, let's allow that love to return to us 1,000-fold, coming up through our root chakra, through all our chakras, out our crown, a small percentage going to the galactic core, the other 95% wrapping down and around and coming back through our roots, circulating through and around us in that perfect toroidal field. Beautiful shape of an apple. And now again, bring our attention back to our heart, filling it with love and gratitude, and now sending that up through our crown to the suns beyond the suns, to the galactic core, connecting with Source. And when you're ready, receive that back 1,000-fold, down to your crown, going through all your bodies, out your root, a small percentage going into the earth, the other 95% coming up, wrapping around and back to your crown, circulating through and around you. And just see, know, or feel the energies of Mother Earth and Source merging together, circulating through and around you in that perfect toroidal field, fully anchoring in you into Earth, fully connecting you with Source. And now just imagine that expanding out 20 feet in all directions, 20 feet up, 20 feet below, and 20 feet all around. Now let's just be in that energy, allowing our vibration to raise, our frequency to raise. Let's expand it one more time. Another 20 feet up, 20 feet down, 20 feet all around. So all in all, 40 feet in all directions. And just see, know, or feel our frequency and our vibration raising as well. When you're ready, bring your attention back into your heart. Wiggle your toes, your fingers, open your eyes. And you can just be in this energy, but you just want to bring your consciousness back to the now, back into this moment of now. That was just a short version.
That's wonderful. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. It just feels like breathing in and exhaling. It just feels so cleansing, and it felt for me, it felt like cleansing and releasing whatever tension or whatever was ailing my spirit on the inside, and just, releasing it and letting it go, whatever stressors that was there, just letting it release and just leave. That's the way it was for me.
Yeah, I love being in that energy, and when you run it with the group, with people, because we had you and we had all our listeners here, it's like it even raises the vibration and frequency more because we have the group consciousness within this as well. And on my YouTube channel, it's a little bit longer, and we go into a little bit more detail as far as stuff goes, and we even take you a little bit further. But that's just a taste of it so that you get a sense of it.
That was wonderful. Guys, I want you to visit her website. It's Julia Stubbe. It is spelled Stubbe. The first name is Julia. Last name Stubbe. JuliaStubbe.com. I want you to visit her website, and I want you to connect with her. We are out of time, but Julia, I want you to go ahead and give the information on how you want individuals to connect with you if they want to plan a session and start receiving healing into their personal lives. So go ahead and give out whatever information you want listeners to connect with you.
Yeah, if your budget is like that, you financially that you're not really sure and you want to get a feel for my energy, definitely check out my YouTube channel, which is Julia Stubbe, the Galactic channel, which has healing processes, and that's all free. I co-host a radio show, which will be live. We're coming back live in middle of April, and that's a call to heal on the BBM Global Network. And my co-host and I, we take 3 callers, and we facilitate a reading and a healing for our callers. And then if for a personal session with me, you want to visit my website, I offer 30 minutes and 60-minute sessions, and it's all done remotely. So I either can do it through Zoom or freeconferencecall.com or Skype, whichever really works for you. And then for those of you who are awakening and really want to amp up your spiritual infrastructure, work with your higher selves and merge with them, and your Merkaba light bodies and aspects of your soul, merging with them, I offer a group transformation program, which I run 4 or 5 times a year, and the next one for that is starting on April 27th, and it'll be on Tuesdays. It's a 5-week program, and it's 60 minutes. We limit it to 8 people, so it's really first come, first serve as far as signing up, and it's very popular, and it's a way of really getting to understand your ascension systems and really being able to start to grow and get a better understanding as far as your spiritual hierarchy and infrastructure. I don't know if I answered everything, but just check out my website, juliastubbe.com. There's links to my YouTube channel. There's links for the radio there. So if you get to my website, you can get pretty much anywhere from there.
Wonderful. I really enjoyed this time with you. I really did. And I want you guys to visit her website and also her show, A Call to Heal, which is boldbravemedia.com. So I want you to go to that website. I want you to explore, and I want you guys to really make a commitment. That just kind of walked in. Make a commitment to you. Make a commitment to you for healing. So set that time aside for you. Make that commitment to yourself, to heal your heart, heal your spirit, and to, receive healing into your life. And so, do you have any closing words? Because we are out of time, and we're going to close out. Did you have any closing words or remarks that you wanted to just mention really quickly?
Well, the way to really help the planet right now is to just be kind. Be kind and compassionate to yourself and others, because by you being kind to others, your ripples, you have no idea where your ripples go. You raise the vibration of the planet. So that's if you can't do anything else, just do that.
I love it. I love it. You know what, guys, I love you. Bless you. Words of kindness. I'm sending out multitudes of blessings to you. I want to thank Julie once again for being here. She has really blessed my heart and blessed my spirit. So thank you once again. You guys, I'm going to see you on next Thursday. Actually on Monday. See you on next Monday, and then on Thursday. You guys have a great evening. And you know what? Tell your friends about this broadcast. Listen on demand. Share, 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 share. We all need this. Blessings.
You motivated?